Welcome, guys, to the father and son talk show. Somebody wants a proper interruption.
You are missing something. Would you like to introduce me?
I now have to introduce him as the glorious predictions champion, Jack.
Yes. We all knew it was happening. We all knew I was going to be the new predictions champion. I was so confident when we predicted the matches. I just knew I was going to hold this belt the week after. I knew. And there you are, sitting all sad and alone. And now we are officially drawing. So it's getting closer and closer.
4-4.
Yeah, until that WrestleMania final showdown where we go head to head, and obviously the winner of the whole kind of, you know, the
predictions
whole
champion
the prediction championship, they will win. But the loser, unfortunately, will have to eat a nasty, but then again quite nice meal, don't they? Which we will announce later on, closer to WrestleMania.
Right. So yes, the belt has changed hands. Not only did he win one prediction, but he won both of them. So he won the NXT and he won the Royal Rumble. So without any further ado, we will go straight into the news. Welcome back, guys. Right, straight into the news. You're going to take this one first off, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to take this one first off since I am the prediction champion.
I'm going to get this one time.
You won't hear the end of it. So, the first bit of news we have for you is the Dudley Boys. Obviously, they made their return at the Raw 25th anniversary, which was quite a surprise to a load of WrestleMania fans. And following that, they have actually been announced as the latest WWE Hall of Famer inductees. So obviously the Hall of Fame show starts just, I think it's the night before WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's usually Saturday night.
Yeah, it's usually
Friday night, because I think it's Friday night, and then the NXT show is
it will be
Saturday.
So obviously the Dudley Boys is a big thing for them since they've been in the WWE, they've been in TNA. They've been, you know,
ECW, WCW, New Japan, everywhere. You name it,
they've been everywhere. That's very true. So yeah, it is good to see the Dudley Boys finally get their inductee. Obviously, they will be taking a smaller role in WWE now. Whether they actually stay on is a question. They might just leave the company altogether, or they could just stay in and around the production centre. You know, helping out the new tag teams, helping out the NXT tag teams, you know, kind of get settled in. So it's definitely the Dudley Boys definitely deserve this 100%. You know, they've worked so hard over the past years. The crowds, they've had enjoyable matches for the crowds, and you know.
They're synonymous with like sort of great tag teams. If you pick any of the tag teams out there, those are first on anybody's list who's a wrestling fan. You know, they know the Dudley Boys. You know, they're synonymous. Every single big company that's ever gone through has had the Dudley Boys in it. You know, they've been over to England, they've been everywhere. So well done, well deserved, well deserved. So yeah, the Hall of Fame starting to look good over these next couple of months. Next article, Jeremy Borash, who is the NXT live colour commentator, he's now actually been signed with the WWE. He's left TNA and he's gone over to, he's going to be helping out with the NXT brand. Now, I don't know if that's going to be reporting on the NXT as a colour commentator or more behind the scenes look. We'll have to see how that plans out really over the next couple of months. But talking about NXT, we have actually got a friend who's going to be doing the NXT weekly reports and obviously the NXT pay-per-view. Our good friend Dale, who helps out with the Facebook page. So he will be doing a report for the NXT now. It takes a bit of pressure off us. We don't have to sort of look at WWE, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT because, like, if you think about it, it's an hour there. That's like 6 hours of wrestling a week.
Yeah.
And somebody's got to start like sort of revising, so it's going to be even harder on you yourself. So.
Yeah, exactly. You need to start revising as well. Revising how to actually pick wrestlers to win matches. Oh! Okay.
And the next report, you're going to take this on?
Yes. So obviously, this past week on 205 Live, we find, or was it SmackDown?
No, it was on 205.
It was 205 Live. It was finally announced who the Cruiserweight Live General Manager was going to be. Now, there was a load of speculation of different people actually becoming the General Manager. There was Paul Heyman,
Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah, Vicky Guerrero. Rey Mysterio came back in the... in the
that was a sudden one. Everybody was going, oh, Ray's going to do it.
Royal Rumble. So, Ray was definitely a high, popular choice. So... the actual the actual person that got the job is the new general manager of 205 Live was Drake Maverick. Obviously, formerly known as in TNA as Rockstar Spud.
Yeah.
So he's a high flyer himself, like you wanted, because you really want the 205 Live brand to be a cruiserweight brand. You want to see the flips and everything, don't you? And
that's it.
With this high flyer himself, he will take this brand, you think, to the new heights, don't you?
Well, in his promo, he actually stated on like sort of the 205 Live brand that he wants to do the 205 brand good. He wants to turn it into something. Now, there's been like sort of a lot of people have spoke about this on social media and other like sort of platforms, and a lot of people are not happy with it. They're saying, why should he come in as this Drake Maverick? Why should he come in as him? Why can't he come in as Spud? A lot of people who don't know the brand keep on turning around and going, oh, why is Vince changing their names? Vince and Triple H and Stephanie have not changed anybody's name. Samoa Joe came in as Samoa Joe. Bobby Roode's coming as Bobby Roode. Everybody's coming as their personas in either New Japan or other like TNA or anything like that. They've all come in. Bobby Roode. Everybody's come in with their own. Now, the reason I think this is happening is because further on down the line, Rockstar Spud will somehow position himself in the final of the tournament that obviously animates at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So that's where he will then turn around and say, I'm Rockstar Spud, I'm going to be entering myself, and obviously that's when he turns around and becomes like sort of the new Cruiserweight champion. So
and then you could have Neville return, because it was reported months ago that Neville and WWE have sorted the issues they had, and Neville still hasn't made an appearance yet, so he could make an appearance at WrestleMania, and you could have this rivalry between Spud and Neville to get back his Cruiserweight belt. Yeah,
that's a possibility. So right now we're going to go straight into the Raw review for this one. Right, welcome back. We're going to go straight into the Raw review for this week. We start off the show with Stephanie McMahon and Asuka to set up Asuka and Sasha Banks. Obviously, we know that Asuka won the Royal Rumble, the first ever female Royal Rumble, and unfortunately, it was interrupted by
alleged loss.
No, who was it now that came in? I forgot her name. Oh God, what's it?
Sasha Banks.
No, at the end of the
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey. Yeah, she came down and obviously put a lot of damper on the proceedings because of, you know, they were going to find out who Asuka actually wanted to go for, and that's obviously put it a little bit up in the air. Everybody, you know, tuned into Raw to find out who she was going to go for. So it's quite hard to like sort of, you know, put a person on the spot like that when like suddenly Ronda had come down and made her entrance. A lot of people were saying that it felt very strange. You know, it didn't seem like it was. It just seemed like it was thrown in there. It didn't seem like it was all set up to go. And then suddenly, like, so she comes out and she was very awkward. She did the old pointing at the sign about 3 million times. And then like sort of walked off. So you know, obviously is she going to take on the other competitor of the brand? There's rumours that she is going to be in some sort of title match. I think that's a bit bad because she's only just come in. She hasn't been with them for that long, really.
Who?
Ronda Rousey. She hasn't like sort of, you know, been there as much as anybody else.
It's going to be interesting who she does face, whether she's a SmackDown competitor or whether she's a Raw competitor. At the moment, it seems like she's a Raw competitor. I think that would be the most, the best thing, because if you think of Ronda Rousey, you wouldn't want her to go on SmackDown because you still have, you know, what show do you have first out of Raw and SmackDown? Raw. People still think, and you know, Raw's been around longer than SmackDown, so people still think Raw is the better brand. So you're going to have a superstar like Ronda Rousey go on to Raw. So I think it's pretty much certain we know she's going to end up on Raw.
And then during this opening promo, we had a set-up match for Asuka versus Sasha Banks, and also Braun Strowman versus Kane in the last man standing.
And that match was for a spot in the elimination chamber.
For the elimination chamber, and it ended up to be another one of Braun Strowman's monstrous destruction of everything. It was quite funny because we was talking about it, and it was weird how when the announce table got flipped over, obviously they didn't have anywhere for them to go. And at first, all three were sitting around one little monitor on the floor, and it looked like, oh my god, they can't have put. If you had just tuned in at that minute, you would have thought there's no pyros. The announce table's gone. They're sitting around this one thing, and all the rumours that like Vince has sold the product. That's it now. WWE's gone down a bit. But they actually created a little desk for them. And it was so weird seeing that desk there because you could see that when they set up for the Raw, they actually make it like sort of so the crowd's more closer because there was a small little gap for the like sort of wrestlers to get
between the ring and the actual desk that was sitting at was crazy. You know, there was only a small gap, but on Raw, you had a nice surprise new commentator turn up, didn't you?
Oh yes, it was Coach Jonathan Coachman. He's been like sort of said that, you know, they all said like a couple of weeks ago that he was finishing with what's it called now? And I forgot what he used to report for, but he used to report in America, and they said that he'd finished with them, and he was like now looking at going back to the WWE. Don't know how long that's going to last for because he wasn't brilliant when he was there. I think he's probably picked up some more helpful tips to getting through lots of the live shows.
And this obviously means that now Booker T, the past colour commentator, will move on more of a pre-show role, which he's been doing for the past couple of pay-per-views. Royal Rumble.
And then we have Elias and Woken Matt. It's weird because it was one of these ones where they really don't know what to do with Matt Hardy because they're at a stage now where they want to start the feud big with Matt and
Bray
Wyatt, but it just seems that all they're doing is laughing sticks, laughing.
They don't know how to get over that little curve they keep bumping into.
Yeah, and obviously we had Bray Wyatt come on the Titantron that obviously caused a bit of a distraction, and then Elias got the win, or Elias sort of distracting Woken Matt. Still he hasn't come out with a broken universe yet.
Yeah, maybe this Woken Matt is an extended metaphor, because obviously if he's woken, then he should have realised that Elias was right behind him. So, maybe it's an extended metaphor.
Yeah. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz versus Roman Reigns. I said this, Miz is just, everything he touches, it turns to gold. The guy can work so well with everybody. He creates such a good match with the likes of Roman Reigns.
It makes him look good.
It makes him look good, I think in the end of it, everybody was cheering for the match, where normally everybody boos Roman's matches. But The Miz is just brilliant. I remember when The Miz actually first came on to the WWE, and he'd been in a couple of shows over in America, reality shows, and everybody was going, this is just a reality guy, this guy doesn't know anything about wrestling and sports entertainment. And it was really funny because he did a good job. He's done a great job. Yeah, he's brilliant. Miz TV, him and Maurice, I love their chemistry. They are brilliant together. Obviously she's off now because she's going to have a little baby.
A little girl, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is a girl. So it should be good. I know who knows that in the next couple of years, next 17, 15 years, we might get
a little Maurice.
A little Maurice.
A little Maurice Miz.
Maurice Miz. Yes. So.
Sorry, can I just interrupt? There was something that I read I think it was yesterday or the day before, that The Miz might not appear at WrestleMania this year, because his baby that he's having with Maurice, obviously, is due around the same date. I think
it's WrestleMania before.
WrestleMania is dated on the April the 6th, I think, so, and their baby's due the 5th or the 4th.
Yeah.
So whether Miz actually turns up to WrestleMania will be a big shock. Will be interesting. Sorry, and obviously, if he doesn't turn up to WrestleMania, does that mean he'll have to drop the title again?
Yes, very true. Yeah, he might drop it the next pay-per-view. Who knows?
Yeah,
or they could do a storyline months before, a couple of weeks before, saying he's been injured.
Yeah,
Braun Strowman can throw him through an ambulance. Braun Strowman likes throwing.
Run him over with a truck.
And obviously The Miz retains, so he still is the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
And then we had Heath Slater and Rhino. They took on the Revival. Filler match.
Yep.
Nothing really special happened. It was just like a chance for the Revival to get a win.
And that's what they did.
Sorry?
Matter they did.
Yes, and they did obviously get the win. So, and then Finn Balor cuts a heel promo. Yeah, this promo, it was a typical heel to me. I think
you found it as a shock, didn't you? You were quite shocked by it. But when I first saw this and I heard that you were shocked by it, I was like, I knew this was coming. I knew him pairing it with the Bullet Club was WWE's key to turning. He will be turned into a different, he won't be so over the fans out. He's going to be a heel. I think he'll do amazing as a heel as well.
It will, the Bullet Club.
Especially with Balor.
Well, Balor Club or Bullet Club, whichever. I think they'll be going with Balor Club now. So
he
did well. He looked like he'd come over really well. He didn't, he didn't struggle. He looked well. He looked good out there. He looked like he could get.
Yeah, he looked very confident.
Yeah. So and then we had the Sasha Banks and Asuka. This match, there's loads of pictures out there if nobody's hasn't seen this accident that she had, but It was a vicious fall. Now, there's people out there that's saying that they slowed it down and it looked like she caught her feet on the ring of the ropes, and she'd done that purposely.
Wait, who is this? Banks?
Sasha Banks, yeah, the one where she flips over and drops.
Oh, yes.
It looked like, to me, it just looked like she had a really poor accident, but it doesn't look like she's been injured. Thank God, touch wood.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look, we've seen no sort of rumours that she's been injured, so touch wood, it might have been a setup, because obviously after that Asuka did do a couple of moves while she was hanging on the apron, and she did look dazed when she was back in the ring. She looked really dazed and all over the place. So but yeah, that was a good match, and again the women stole the show. Asuka picks up the win, and same thing again. They looked amazing out there. The women are doing so good at the with the Royal Rumble.
Elimination Chamber as well.
Yes, we've got the Elimination Chamber coming up. Yeah. Then we have Titus Worldwide versus the Bar. The Bar retains the tag team belts. That was a good match. Not a lot you can say. We knew that sort of Titus Worldwide weren't going to get the belts. It's not something that I can see them doing. I think they're just going to be filler tag team sort of thing.
Yep.
So we'll have to see what happens.
Unfortunately, Apollo Crews is kind of stuck in this position because it's either he's not part of Titus Worldwide or he's used as nothing, and he just get struck by WWE. Yeah. And it's a shame because when he first debuted, he did look like someone that we're going to take on and someone that we're going to really push.
When there was with Money. What was it now? Money, or I forgot what the tag team was called years ago. But when he was with that, it looked really good, and they looked good. And unfortunately, there was I think there was a drugs bust with his tag team partner that unfortunately finished that. And then there was other sort of things that happened. I don't know if he got done, but a lot of things that happened. Unfortunately. This created sort of a bit of problems for Titus O'Neil, so he's a bit of a filler now. So.
Yep.
And then the next was the Balor Club comes out in full force. Balor versus John Cena. A good match, really good match. Like I say, we've said this before. I think that Finn Balor is going to be really sort of over now with the way that. The fans see him. Hopefully with the Balor Club being part of it, it will make Vince McMahon see that he is over with the crowd. The crowd sort of loves him. It's going to be difficult because I think the crowd are going to still cheer him, even though Vince will probably say no, he's supposed to be a heel, so I want you to boo him. So, and that was the Raw review.
Yeah.
And now we're going to hand you over to the SmackDown review. Hi, welcome back. We're going to go straight into the SmackDown review.
Yes, obviously SmackDown now is looking even more glorious with the belt in hand. Okay. So yes, let's jump straight into the SmackDown review. So the recent SmackDown, we started with the winner of the 2018 Royal Rumble, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. Obviously, he celebrated his Royal Rumble victory, speaking non-English, which no one really understands.
Actually, there was I saw somebody put up a picture of Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka, right? And it said at the top bit, it says, "We can't understand a single word you say." And at the bottom it says, "But you still cut a better promo than Roman Reigns." Oh, that's typical. That is so typical. That is so brilliant. That is.
That's so. You get a better reaction
than Roman Reigns.
Yeah, better reaction than Roman Reigns or John Cena.
Yeah.
So yes, we did start the night off with a Nakamura promo, and then obviously someone always has to be the sour note, and who be it than Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yes.
Again, I forgot their tag team. No, what's a tag team? Guardian Angels. That's yes, we have Cammy / the Guardian Angels. So, obviously, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come down to interrupt the King of Strong Style, which he didn't seem too pleased about. And they told Nakamura that they should have won this belt, and that they got screwed over by the referee. So why they were saying this was because what was supposed to happen was Sami Zayn was in the ring and he tried to tag Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. Now, the replays show that Sami Zayn didn't actually tag Kevin Owens. The ref didn't see, but the ref thought that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did tag in.
That's right.
So obviously you had Kevin Owens come in, and then you had AJ Styles throw Sami Zayn over the top rope, and then it was just Kevin Owens and AJ Styles left.
That's right.
And then AJ Styles turned him over into an ankle lock, or the submission move that he does, and Kevin Owens tapped out. So that's what Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was going on about, that they were cheated out of it again. And so Nakamura was just like, bloody hell, shut up.
Yeah.
But that brings out the WWE champion AJ Styles and suggests a tag team match between Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Styles and Nakamura themselves, and then and they say no. So it was the movement, but now it's the no.
Yeah,
Nope. So this cuts to a backstage with Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and he says next week there will be a match for the #1 contender for AJ Styles belt. And now when he said this was a very big kind of shock to the storylines, because you're supposed to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn be his friends. But now it was announced by Daniel Bryan that they will go 1-on-1 to find out the new contender for the belt. So whether it's Sami Zayn or whether it's Kevin Owens, we'll have to find out on this week's SmackDown.
I think there was rumours that going around that Kevin Owens unfortunately has injured himself. He has a bad back, so it looks like it could be Sami Zayn going for it.
I reckon Sami Zayn deserves it, because Kevin Owens has had his fair few runs of belts. He's had the Universal Championship, he's also had the United States belt. I think that was the only belt he's had. I don't think he's picked up the Intercontinental belt yet, but so there'll be a match for the #1 contender the next SmackDown between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which will be interesting to say the least. It'll be a good match, that will be. And then also there will be
it was a #1. It was a night of #1 contenders.
It really was, wasn't it? So we had a #1 contender for the United States Championship. Obviously, the holder at the moment is Bobby Roode,
the glorious.
Yeah, the glorious one. And this was between Jinder Mahal, Rusev, Zack Ryder, which was just random to see him in there. Could have been Mojo Rawley. I don't know why they put him in there.
I thought Mojo was going to come out and sort of cause a distraction.
Yeah, to Zack Ryder, and obviously Kofi Kingston. So it was a Rusev day for Rusev, wasn't it? As he picks up the win, he's getting a huge push.
Oh yes,
huge push along with Aiden English.
Yeah, they look good together.
Definitely,
they look good together,
and the fans definitely seem to like him. Whenever Rusev's music hits, they're all screaming Rusev Day.
Rusev Day.
Exactly.
Rusev Day.
Yeah. So the #1 contender for Bobby Roode's championship will be Rusev. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. And then again, we have another Fashion Files.
It was good to see it back on TV instead of being sort of on social media, because it has been on sort of social media for the last couple of, I think probably last month or so. But it was good to see it back, and bring it back and put it on SmackDown.
Yeah,
it's a couple of 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh, it's not 10 minutes. It's not 20 minutes.
No, it's a couple of minutes long.
But it is good, you know. It adds a different dimension to WWE, and again, they're branding. You know, they're expanding into this film, this TV kind of type thing, and it's working. I really like them. I think they're really clever. And, really works. So they had a statement to set up the American Beta versus Breezango. Who is the American Beta?
Like you said, it was Shelton Benjamin and what's it? That's their that was their tag team name. American Beta. Because it's like I think it was one that somebody just came up with.
Yeah, but they still seem to be sticking with this Shelton Benjamin Chad
Gable,
don't they? So the Usos then cut a promo on how good they are at locking down all the tag teams in WWE and sending them to the
penitentiary.
Yes, the Uso penitentiary. But
lockdown. Lockdown. It was funny to see. It was like they were naming all these tag teams, and they would go lockdown. So it's good because they're coming up with new things.
Yeah, and it seems like the Usos are doing this off their own mind as well. It seems like WWE are letting them do this because I doubt WWE would, want Usos to go out there and scream lockdown.
Yeah. Actually, it's TNA. That's a TNA pay-per-view, that is.
That's very true. What, lockdown?
Yeah, lockdown. Ooh. It's like one of the
Does that mean Usos are on the move?
No.
You don't know.
They love it. They're loving it there at the moment. They're happy. True. They're getting freedom.
That is very true.
They're getting more over than their cousin, Roman.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe SmackDown's the way forward for Roman Reigns. It is the land of opportunity, but then again, it would probably wreck the best brand. This brings up the Bludgeon Brothers. Yes, obviously a new formerly tag team of Eric Rowan
and Luke Harper.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I thought Eric Rowan was the Sanity.
No,
that's someone else. The Bludgeon Brothers brought them out, and obviously this was a squash match to again make the Bludgeon Brothers look even more powerful than they already are. So I reckon the Bludgeon Brothers will be next up for a shot at the belts.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it seems like again Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable aren't winning these belts, which is a shame to see.
Yeah.
Especially after all this news came out about the Usos both being arrested for drink driving, but
over different periods of time. It wasn't all both at the same time. But yes, it does seem that they're still sticking with the Usos. So it doesn't seem like they're going to give the belts to anybody else. Maybe they might do it the next pay-per-view with the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah,
I could see that. And then either Usos run for it, chase for it, or they bring somebody else in. American Beta maybe.
Yeah. So and then we cut to backstage where Ty Dillinger, who's obviously been off TV for quite a while now, but seems to be
a bit quiet,
coming back now on the brand. Obviously made his appearance at Royal Rumble at no other number but number 10.
But he didn't actually get in the ring, did he?
No,
he got in the ring. He got beaten up outside by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn took his place.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, so Ty Dillinger talks about the Royal Rumble, and then the Big Bold Baron comes out. I'm just gonna call him Big Bold Baron from now on. Big Bold Baron comes out, and he creates a match with Ty Dillinger for later on in the show, and then we have the daughter of Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair.
Woo!
Yeah, the Queen sitting. I think what's her name? The Queen. Is it just the Queen? I think it's just the Queen. Yeah. Anyway,
Charlotte.
So Charlotte Flair comes out and talks about the women's Royal Rumble match and the Riot Squad. Come out of Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and some other one that I don't know.
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, that's the one. Yeah, I get so confused between the two groups.
They do get. Well, I think you'll find that Paige's one, Absolution, will split up soon. If so far we've heard no strong rumours that Paige is going to retire.
Yeah, it might just
be. Just over the next couple of weeks, months, we'll see how.
But loads of news has come out about so many competitors, like the Enzo stuff, the Uso stuff, the Paige stuff. It's crazy. So moving on, this after the Riot Squad come and do their rioting, you have the Princess of Staten Island. I know that one.
Yeah.
Carmella. She tries to cash it in, but fails.
Yeah.
So yeah, she tried to cash it in, but she didn't. She brought it back, and
the referee got pushed out as she was like sort of handing over the case. She Charlotte was on the floor. The Riot Squad had done their business, beat her up, and then all of a sudden, like sort of, Carmella went over there and like sort of gave the ref the case. The ref went over and was talking through the ropes and was going, she wants to cash it in. And as this happened, Charlotte realised what was getting up, got up, attacked Carmella. Carmella bashed in Carmella. Only is it Carmella? Carmella bashed into the referee. He fell on the floor, and obviously she realised that it wasn't going to happen, and pulled back the case and ran off into the night with her towel between her legs. So yes, that was quite fun.
At least she can carry the Money in the Bank briefcase. If she was running off with a big cast, oh Jesus, she would be squashed. So yeah, obviously Carmella is still yet to fully cash in her Money in the Bank. How they're going to do this, I don't know, because they don't want to make Charlotte look weak.
No.
So maybe they'll drop it. Maybe Charlotte will drop it, give it to someone else, and then Carmella will take it off them. So
it could be an attack in the ring at WrestleMania. She could come in and somebody could come in and beat her up, and then
or she could hold it to the complete last minute. CM Punk done a couple of years ago. So yes, after you had that the failed cash in, just like Baron Corbin's, but obviously he didn't, he didn't actually keep it, and at least Carmella's kept it. So the next match after that was the match we just was talking about, the Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin match, in which Baron Corbin picked up the win. So again, it was just to fill the card there, nothing too special. But maybe we could have this Ty Dillinger Baron Corbin feud.
It could be going on. It could start going on. Maybe into a triple threat match with somebody, maybe with a title involved. It would be nice to see Baron Corbin with a title, because he is a good wrestler, and the guy sort of really does want to do good. I've heard rumours in the locker room that he goes up to people and says, anybody, and if John Cena comes in, he's always asking him questions on how he can make it better, how he can become better.
He's a very determined guy, and he looks like a sound guy in the outside of the ring as well. So moving on, we had the tag team match of Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus Breezango, and obviously again this was a match we all knew was going to win. The Gold Standard and Chad Gable pick up the win, as again Breezango fall to their death. I think they should just leave WWE and actually be full-time police officers. I think that's what they should do. Or detectives, sorry. So we are near the end of SmackDown review, but we have one more big thing, and this was the main event between Sammy Owens. Sammy Callihan and Styles versus Nakamura, and during the match, it looks like the friendship between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is actually on the rock, isn't it? It seems to be going downhill. I
don't know if that's because of obviously this week they're going to go for the number one contenders, so it's not going to be a case of. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a finger of doom sort of one, where it's sort of Kevin will come in the ring and Sami Zayn will go up to him, push him like that, he'll fall on the floor, get the win, and it'll be over. I hope it don't happen.
Because that would be stupid.
It is a bit silly, those sort of ones.
It just makes it look really, really unrealistic, doesn't it? So, where are we? So yes, the friendship between them was on Rocky Roads. I think that is to set up the match for next week. And there was lots of hard tags, wasn't there? With the old slap around the hand and slap on the chest and slap around the face, and yes, it was
you set it up for like them to be more of a against each other than like sort of together.
Yeah.
But obviously we've got the team of Nakamura and Styles who actually got the win, didn't they?
Yeah, they looked very strong out there, and obviously everyone predicted them to win because you wouldn't have your Royal Rumble winner and your champion lose.
No.
No. So that was the SmackDown review, and that was it for SmackDown. Yeah. So
now we're going to go into our NXT review with our good friend Dale. Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to go into our NXT review of the pay-per-view, and we have our good friend Dale on the line.
Yep.
How you doing out there?
Hello.
You alright?
Everybody, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it'd be good to be on the show, guys. Thank you for the invite.
Nah, that's okay. Anytime. It's like I say, it's brilliant the amount of help that you do with the Facebook page. So well deserved, and obviously with everything that's going on over the next couple of months with Jack doing more revision and NXT is at the moment just doing so well. We thought bring you over and you could help out with the reviews of the NXT brand itself.
Anytime, guys, anytime. I mean, as you're aware, every time we have to take over the show, more than likely it's kind of like you steal the weekend, so it's a pleasure doing it. Pleasure being here with you.
Great. So first off, we're going to go into the main event. It was Johnny Gargano versus
Andrade Cien Almas. Again, you can't pronounce that blooming name.
What did you think of the main event? It was I thought it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant card.
It's kind of one that you approach, and well, personally, I was thinking I knew I must he had another level to because of Zelina and his manager.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a good match, but no way was I expecting it to be as good as what it was, or even as long as what it was. Just thought they absolutely put on a brilliant performance that night.
Yeah, both competitors did. Johnny Gargano finally getting his chance, and he did not fail at all.
Yeah.
He really made a lasting impression, and I was really hoping for Johnny Gargano to actually win the match, despite me going with Andre Cien Almas.
Yeah. It was a good one because as well you had Shawn Michaels, really nice, saying that he deserves to have won the belt.
Oh, definitely.
So. And obviously, with that brought out Johnny Gargano's ex-tag team partner, Ciampa, and you can see the feud starting up there in the next couple of months. So now, obviously, the next pay-per-view will be the one at WrestleMania for NXT. So that will obviously them two will go at it there, hopefully.
I mean, yeah, that was a pure surprise. I mean, after an epic match like that, the last thing you'll probably think of is Ciampa coming back out and basically cheap shotting Gargano with his crutches. He's still injured by the looks of it. I mean, if you look at the way he came out in the end, he still had his knee brace on. The actual shot itself, I mean, that was enough to knock out Gargano after his grueling match. But as you said, you'll probably expect maybe a match in Takeover in Orlando, is it? Probably 8 weeks' time.
Yeah. No, it's I can see that definitely happening. And then we had the NXT Women's Champion Amber Moon versus Shayna Baszler.
God, she's so good. Really.
Yeah, I mean, Shayna herself. I mean, this was her debut, wasn't it? So I mean, not in terms of debut or in NXT, but the takeover debut. So we're expecting big things. We're probably expecting a title change, a lot of us. I don't know how. I mean, is that something you guys were thinking of or not?
I honestly thought that title change was going to happen. I can't remember what you said. I think I put it down as that Shayna Baszler was going to win because I thought Amber Moon would obviously move up to the main roster.
I'm just looking now. Yeah, I went. Oh no, we both went with Shayna.
Both went with Shayna.
Both went with Shayna, yeah. So yeah, we both thought Shayna basically was gonna win it. But yeah, surprising to still see Ember Moon with the belt. But yeah, again, that was a fantastic match as well, wasn't it? You know, both were really going at it. Obviously, the Shayna Baszler thing where she does that thing with the arm, which it looks like it's completely broken in half. Yeah. That was crazy.
That move. That move that she
guys,
does.
I was just going to say, definitely some good selling. Is it the Eclipse she called it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they're breaking up.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
breaking up a little bit.
Hello?
You alright?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Smashing, that's great. What was you saying about the match, sorry?
Yeah, I thought the match itself, I mean, for this one, I think it was a slight lull in the crowd itself. Early pace was kind of good. I mean, they're both hitting each other with counters, but I think as soon as Baszler took over, it was like a methodical, slow pace. She was using the bullet tactics as she did, and then I don't think it actually picked up until she got her in the armbar towards the end, which lasted like a good 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You're kind of expecting Ember Moon to tap out at that point, even after she hit her with the Eclipse, which was one-handed because of the great challenge she was doing. But the match itself, I think it kind of under-delivered. It was a bit slow for my liking.
Yeah, I agree. It was. Obviously, the good thing, the one thing I loved is like when she stomps on the elbow and the arm, like sort of looks like it just crumbles underneath. That's just such a good sell that is, and for Amber to like sort of obviously turn around on the Royal Rumble women's match to come out with her arm all bandaged up, it definitely made it more realistic, didn't it?
Really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it's that continuity you're looking for, and that's kind of what they did throughout the weekend, which is great.
And then obviously we go into the Adam Cole versus Aleister Black.
Wow. This was my favourite match of the whole pay-per-view.
Is this your favourite one, Jack, or not?
Yeah, it has to have been. The amount of. It was just everything. It was perfect. Probably the at the moment the best loved NXT superstars going head to head in Extreme Rules. It was just absolutely perfect. You had Adam Cole, who was so over with the crowd, and then you have Aleister Black, who was so respected by WWE fans as well. It was just a fantastic match. Stole the show in my opinion.
No, I've got to agree. I think Adam Cole, we all know, he's got a bit of charisma to him. Even though he's a heel, he gets the crowd over by doing that chant, Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
As we all know. Aleister Black, he just makes everything look so simple and faultless and effortless.
Yeah.
I think he's just really precise in the ring, which is a great characteristic to have.
I don't think I've seen a single match where I've seen a mistake by him.
He's just,
or if there is, he's kept it hidden so well. It was a brilliant match. It was good that like everybody came down and like sort of nobody came down, because I thought that you'd get like sort of a little bit of like.
We did have the Undisputed Era come down. The rest, Fish and O'Reilly. But that was it. And one thing I really loved about the match is both of them really interacted with the crowd. Because it's an Extreme Rules match, they did take it to the extreme. You had the fans screaming for tables, and they brought out tables, and oh damn, they brought those tables out. They brought 2 of them, and then Aleister Black went through both of them. It was a crazy night.
Yeah, I think that was a painful spot when they put the 2 chairs together.
Yes.
I would be really surprised if the 2 guys didn't get pulled up for that. It looked painful, it looked really painful. I mean, what did you think of it itself? I mean, did you think it was a bit over the top and maybe a bit too risky?
I had to rewind it to actually see if he got his feet down onto the table, onto the chair, because obviously when you take a bump, your feet take the like sort of pressure away from you. But there was nothing except for his back.
Yeah, there was just no give whatsoever in that, so I'm kind of happy that no one got injured because it was so easy to mess that up. So I don't think we'll be seeing that spot again, to be honest.
No. Yeah. As somebody who's had bad backs, both of us, we know what it's like when you've had a bad back. It's not brilliant.
Yeah, I really understand as well. No, my back's it's terrible.
And then we like to obviously go into the NXT Tag Team Championship, the Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain. What did you think of this one?
It was a good match. I mean, AOP, you don't expect them to be behind, which is what they were doing for a lot of this match. Just used to them being a dominant tag team and just basically outpower everyone. But we had a spot where I think it was Akam, was fanning his knee, and that was the case for the whole match itself. And which made for an interesting dynamic because I mean, did you find that to be something?
Yeah, it was definitely a good match. You can see like sort of the.
That's just the call connecting.
This one.
Just the call connecting.
Oh, is it disconnected?
No, I don't think it is. Still connecting. Hold on, click on it. Experiencing some technical difficulties at the moment.
Brilliance of Sky.
We don't know at the moment how it's doing, so for the moment we'll carry on until we know. Yeah, so the connection's gone, so we will attempt to get Dale back on the phone, but I will carry on when you do that. So the NXT Championship match, we had the Undisputed Era versus Authors of Pain, and like Dale was just saying, he was talking about Arkham and the other one, Arkham and I can't think of the other one, but yeah, the Authors of Pain, they did lose, and it was because the Undisputed Era got, I think it was Arkham's knee.
Right, we got the technical difficulties sorted. We're back now. Thank you for sticking with us, Dale. That's the brilliance of technology, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So as we were saying, the Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain. What did you get? What did you feel at the match? Do you think it was a good one?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was an unusual match. I mean, first of all, can we just point out O'Reilly walking to a ring? Did anyone know who sees Hulk Hogan tribute?
Oh no.
No.
What was it?
If you rewatch it, they're making the entrance with that wicked music that they've got.
Yeah.
He literally takes off his bounce and starts strumming like a guitar. And if you look back to NWO Hogan, he used to do that every single time.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. You know, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, so I mean, he's done that probably the last couple of weeks. So if you look out for that, I mean, that's just something he's been doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the old Hulk Hogan when he likes sort of strums the old girl's guitar. Yeah,
I did think.
Shows a bit of character as well, guys. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, everyone that's ever come up through the NXT, through New Japan, and Ring of Honor, they've all just been outstanding.
Oh yeah, you know, AJ Styles, Nakamura, Finn Balor, you know, all of these, you know, they've came from NXT, they've built reputations in NXT, and they're still building reputations in the main rosters, and you know, it's good to see. It really is.
Yeah.
Dale, just before you got cut off from the connection, you were talking about how the Undisputed Era actually won, and you were talking about Arkham's knee and how it gave in.
That's it.
Do you
I thought it was brilliant selling for the whole match. I mean, he's a point of contention. I mean, they were tagging in and out, but his knee selling was just like superb for I thought. For a big guy who's doing it for the first time, I think he put it over really well.
He did, yes. Yeah, and you could really see how the Undisputed how the Undisputed Era won because of that, and you know, he did, you know, because you know, if you look at the size of the Authors of Pain compared to the Undisputed Era, it's a big difference. So you know, for them to actually get the win, you know, you had to have something like that, and Arkham played it off really well, like you said. What were you going to say, sorry?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he, like you were just saying, he played it off really well. It's one of the matches where both teams got over. I think even though we had a loser, both teams would still look strong.
Yes, definitely, and that's what you want, because they're both, you know, up and coming talents. You know, probably the Authors are paying next to move up to the main roster. I definitely think they deserve it, because, you know, through NXT they've created an excellent team with Paul
Ellery.
Paul Ellery. So they definitely deserve a push up soon. But again,
I just hope that when they do move up, that Paul Ellering moves up with them, because I think if they don't have Paul Ellering there, I think it might like sort of lose a little bit with them, because he definitely helps them.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I say, it'd be nice to see him up in the main roster again. What do you think about that?
I agree too, mate. The only thing that I could probably say might be holding him back is his schedule in terms of travelling. I don't know how much he travels these days.
Yeah.
He's getting on a little bit, and he's just in one place all the time at NXT. But I agree. I'd love to see him again, just for a nostalgic feel, because he used to be with the Road Warriors back in the day. So I'd love to see him back in that scene.
Yeah.
And one thing about Paul Ellering is he really fits the actual team, because, you know, you have the Authors of Pain come out all scary with masks and, you know, and camouflage, and, you know, and then you have Paul Ellering, you know, a really white male in black, and it just really fits the whole, you know, the whole tag team. And it would be good to see him up, because, you know, we haven't had real, you know, a manager in a tag team in the main rosters for, you know, a good couple of years now, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, Paul. You've got Paul Heyman, but he's more classed as sort of a confidant than an actual manager.
Yeah.
Guys, how good is it that he doesn't even have to speak too much and he gets them over? So
yeah.
Oh.
How much do you see him speak? You don't. It's not like Paul Heyman. He gives the same 5-10 minute kind of promo every week. He just literally stands there, says a few words, puts his fist up, and it's like basically clobbering time.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
It really is. And what do you think about the Undisputed Era as well? Do you think they're a fantastic team, and do you think they're better without Adam Cole, or do you think they need Adam Cole to get over with the fans?
I think they need Adam Cole, because the thing with the Undisputed Era, we've got O'Reilly and Fish, who are both good individually, but
Definitely.
I don't know how much WWE see in terms of like their future, like how highly they rate them.
Yeah.
I think as a trio they work a lot better.
Yes,
it distinguishes them a lot more.
Yeah, and I think, again, this really annoys me, because we always talk about there should be a 3-man tag belt, and, you know, to have Adam Cole, Fish and O'Reilly actually, you know, you know, as a 3-man tag team, you know, they could be that 3-man belt. Obviously, whether Adam Cole, I think Adam Cole's good enough to go on his own, but, you know, if they did decide to do something like that, I think that would work perfectly, and that would be fantastic.
The only thing with Adam Cole is he's got the charisma, he's got more or less everything, but if you notice in the Royal Rumble, he's just lacking in size a little bit, and I don't think he's kind of similar height to AJ, he's not a bit bigger, but he's not thick like AJ.
Yeah.
He comes across more skinny, so I don't know how Vince would see him. I know Triple H will probably push it, but I'm not
sure.
You
you can tell, like, you know, if you look at NXT, the storylines, the pay-per-views that NXT have, compared to the pay-per-views that Raw and SmackDown have, pretty much controlled by Vince, you can see the difference between...
Yeah, I mean, I much prefer NXT, it's a lot more simpler, it's continuity, it's just more classic old school wrestling.
Yeah, it really is, and, you know, some of the rivalries that we've talked about before, obviously, Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black, that rivalry was fantastic. This rivalry between Aleister Black and Cole has been fantastic, and you know, it's just more things from Triple H that are just going to turn this brand better, because he knows what it's like to be a wrestler. Like I said so many times, he's been through the ropes, so he knows what it's like, and I think that will just take WWE, when Vince finally does let go, he will take it to the next level.
Oh, definitely. I think like it's definitely, you know, time for Vince to you know, to hand the reins over to him, because he's doing amazing with it. And it's like Dara says, a lot of like sort of the wrestlers who come up from NXT they just seem to be lost with lots of Vince's ideas.
Because Sami Zayn at the moment, you know, obviously he seems to be getting a little push with Kevin Owens, but this has been his big push since he first came up from NXT, and it's the same with Finn Balor as well. Since he lost the Universal Championship due to injury, again he's been in the cards just here and there. And it's
if you look at most of the NXT champions, they've not really set on fire on the main roster.
Yeah.
Maybe apart from, Balor was just unfortunate because he got injured, but I don't know how far they would have pushed him. Owens kind of done his bits, but in terms of like Sami Zayn, you look at Rusev, even Big E Langston he was an NXT champ at one point. Yeah. Not too much. Rollins just done it through his association with the Shield. He's great anyway. But I think they really could push these NXT guys a lot more harder.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always thought that maybe they should start thinking of NXT as an actual third brand and not using it as a stepping stone. Yeah. I've always said that I would love someone to turn around and say, I'm not moving up to the other brands, I'm NXT and I'm going to stay here forever.
Yeah, you could have someone like Adam Cole do that, since, you know, he's so well over with the crowd, or someone like Alistair Black, Velveteen Dream, someone like that, and it would be good to see NXT as a better brand, because they are a better brand compared to Raw and SmackDown. You know, they're getting better ratings, they're getting better pay-per-views, and, you know, it just shows that NXT seems to be the better brand, and the wrestlers seem to be performing better on NXT.
I think they're happier too, guys. We all probably can easily admit that Triple H is more of a kind of wrestler's guy than Vince ever will be. So I think he understands the business a lot better in terms of from the wrestler's point of view. So
definitely.
Hopefully when he takes over, that will be the case. That WWE main program will be like NXT.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Well, thank you for your input, and hopefully next time we phone in, we won't have so many gremlins in the works.
Have you got time for Velveteen Dream?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, forgot about that one. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it was the second match on the card. We had Velveteen Dream taking on Cassius Ohno. Probably what was a match out of nothing. There wasn't much build up to it whatsoever, but I thought it was more of a comedy kind of feud. I think Velveteen, as he normally does, did an amazing job in getting over with the crowd.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ohno himself, I'm not sure if the mechanics of the match were kind of as smooth as you probably expect. Yeah. But a lot of it was down to, I think Ohno looked a bit out of, I don't know, it was like he was missing his beat, he wasn't quite with it stepwise, and I know he's a big guy anyway, so it's hard to kind of pick him up and manoeuvre around him like Velveteen did with Alistair Black. But I don't think it kind of delivered as much as it probably could have, but I'd say that's more down to Ohno than the Dream himself.
Yeah, oh definitely. Like you can see that Cassius Ohno, he's not the youngest, and he's not the slimmest. A time where like sort of he was on his back, and you could see his beer belly sticking up. Yeah. So it definitely looks like you know, the whole reason why that match came along is because obviously Velveteen Dream just come back from that little injury he picked up, and he's now back in force.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll get another big storyline soon.
I think he will. I think it'll be a waste to probably not do anything with the talent like Velveteen Dream, but fingers crossed, hopefully he'll get what he's due, and that's a big push. Definitely,
yes. So that was the pay-per-view. So I thought it was a 4-star, definitely.
Yeah. So Dale, what would you rate it out of 5 NXT takeovers?
I think he started off well, kind of got a bit iffy towards the middle, finished off very well in the last 2 matches, but if you want me to rate it out of 5, I'd probably say about 4.5 maybe, 4.5.
Yeah, that's exactly the same rating. I would go with, you know, I don't think it was the best pay-per-view that NXT have produced. It was good. Like you said, it did go very iffy-jiffy in the middle, and, you know, it started off brilliantly and then finished off brilliantly with the NXT Championship match. So,
yeah. That was our review. Thank you very much for your input, Daya.
Yes.
You're most welcome, guys. Thank you for having me.
Cheers. Thanks a lot. See you later.
Thank you, guys.